I'm looking for Khamzat. Anybody know where he at? I can't find him. Where that boy at?
You know, I know Chimaev was supposed to fight December 19th. You know, he fights at 85 and 70. Come back up to 85.
So you're trying to...
If nothing else, I don't understand how he, and I'm sure he believes it, how he believes that he's going to put his hands on me and be able to do.
For me, it's an opportunity. It's a beautiful opportunity to take his hype train and put onto my railway. So,
Do you know, if my name's out there, if it's not, you know, like I said before, I can't make people like me. They either like me or they don't. I'm going to come and fight. I'm going to come and try and kill the guy every time I step in there and take someone's head off. So you either like me or you don't, but, you know, I'm just here, I'm going to do my job.
Future prelim in the middleweight division, Phillips versus Khamzat Chimaev. All right, now we get
talks, and that's that. And it's a disappointing night for John Phillips. It really is, you know, because you train so hard, you do a full training camp. But this guy, Khamzat Chimaev.
Do you think John Phillips is an Instagram fighter?
No, I don't think so. But he's a tough guy. So hard punch to his face. He don't give up, and I finish him with the choke. Yeah. He's a good fighter, but not my level. You say everybody know that now.
The last thing for me, like I said, people are excited about your possibilities. What do you want to do next? Are you hoping to fight quickly? Do you want to take some time? What's next for you?
Yeah, I said to Dana I want to fight next week.
I want to ask you about Chimaev, because a lot of people, like I was looking at your odds today, you're 7-1 to win the fight. I think yesterday you were 17-1 to win by KO. And for maybe people like me and other people who've been watching you for a good amount of time and seen the knockout power you have and the improvements you've made, that's a bit crazy, and I think a lot of people are kind of lumping on as well. When you said there earlier on that people are kind of used to, or you're used to people writing you off. When you see things like that, what's going through your head?
yeah, you know, I get their point that they haven't seen me in the UFC yet. He fought 10 days ago. I mean, if the hype was in me, I'd be confused. You know, he's already fought here. Mm-hmm. For me, it's an opportunity. It's a beautiful opportunity to take his hype train and put onto my railway. So.
Onto our main card on ESPN and ESPN Plus, and we welcome back after just 10 days Khamzat Chimaev. He goes against the newcomer Rhys McKee.
In this opening stanza.
Is it too late to say I want him to fight Kamaru Usman? Is it too late? Can we put him in there? Oh, beautiful.
Man, nice job, though, from McKee to
get this.
That might be it. Just when I say that.
10 days ago, he debuts in the UFC out on Fight Island. He gets a win. Lands 124 strikes in that contest. Took 2 strikes back. Comes out tonight, he does basically the same thing. I mean, this fight could have been stopped well before it was.
What was your biggest takeaway from Fight Island in terms of the fights themselves? Who had the standout performance of the first trip to Fight Island?
Khamzat. I mean, you know, the guy is so dominant, so confident, wants to continue to fight every weekend. I love it. I love guys with that mentality. I love, you know, how talented this guy is. You know, we threw the hottest prospect out of the UK at him, and that kid is a badass. Mm-hmm. Legit, great fighter.
Congratulations. Obviously, 2 wins in 10 days, a UFC record for victories. I mean, what's the emotion like for you after these 2 wins?
I feel amazing, like I said 10 days before. I'm also happy to be here, make history. If they have some history, just tell me, I'm gonna take this.
Yeah, and funny enough, I done a thing on Instagram yesterday, and someone asked me how good is Chimaev, and I was thinking about it for a while, and like, it's not something like, it's very hard because it's so circumstantial. Like, I fought Chimaev in 6 days' notice. You know, I hadn't trained 6 or 7 weeks prior, which was my fault. I'm not taking anything away from him. I mean, I got out grappled and I got out struck, but like, it's hard to gauge how good he is. You know, if I had a full 12-week fight camp and I was well prepped for him and he done that, then I could give you a better answer. But it is very hard to say how good someone is when you didn't have any preparation. That being said, what he's went on to do, you can't argue that the man's fantastic. He was like a knife through butter with me. You know, I had no, like, again, I wasn't clued, like, I was too slow to everything, but he was just very ahead. He was very fast. But like, I would be lying if I said it was anything I hadn't felt before. Although that didn't help me in the night, did it?
By the way, have you gotten a chance to see him throughout fight week?
Yeah, we passed each other in the hallway earlier today, and I mean, it was pretty quick. He tried to, like, I think he was trying to talk trash to me. I think he just kept saying, like, don't talk too much. And I was kind of like, yeah, okay, like, we're fighting Saturday, so we're not going to do anything now because I want to make money. I don't know what his deal is. He's got the height of most middleweights, but he's really skinny. Like, he is not that thick of a guy. So if nothing else, I don't understand how and I'm sure he believes it, how he believes that he's going to put his hands on me and be able to do anything. Like, he doesn't look big enough, you know. But he's probably pretty fast because he's going to be lighter. You know, his technique isn't bad at all, but, you know, you still got to have some kind of power to do anything, especially in grappling. And I'm a pretty strong grappler myself, so I don't think this is the weight class for him. I mean, he's not bad, right? Like, he wins all his fights. They're pretty quick. It's kind of hard to tell with someone who's that new because they don't give him any sort of resistance, right? All of his fights, he's looked great, but it's easy to look great against guys that either aren't good at what you do or that are way smaller than you and aren't good at what you do, you know what I mean? So most of his fights that I've seen, he's usually the bigger man. His one UFC fight, he did move up. He fought a guy who's, you know, he's a slugger and, you know, not much of a ground guy, so he had a big advantage there. So I wouldn't say he's impressive, but it's not like he's not a good fighter, and I expect him to be a good fighter.
Look, I'm expecting him to be tough. I'm expecting him to try and oppose his will and be very mentally strong, but in any of his fights that I've seen, he hasn't met real resistance, and I think that's going to be a big test. I don't care how many amateur fights you have.
You lose your fights. You are like in the shadow, like what is friend to Conor? What is that? Artem Lobo. You are same shadow. How many times you lose your fights?
Oh, I've lost quite a few fights. 31 and 13.
You think you're black belt?
Yeah.
But
yeah, when you
Jack
fight tough guys,
Jack Hermanson, he didn't have a black belt. Why he choke you out?
Sometimes you lose when you fight tough guys, man.
Who give you
You'll
this
find
black
out
belt? I have blue belt. I'm gonna choke you out.
You can go ahead and try there, buddy.
You have to give me your black belt to me.
All right. If you choke me out, I'll find a black belt, give it to you. How about that?
If I choke you out, you are finished with this sport.
Okay, if I double leg you, do I get like a wrestling trophy or something?
If you double leg me, try.
Okay, I will.
Now smash your face. How are we gonna stop that?
I'm sure you think.
How are you gonna stop that, yo?
I'm probably gonna beat you up. Is what's gonna happen.
You look at my fight. You look at my last fight. No punches. Like how many punches he did to his face?
Dude, I can
You
understand.
had a little bit bigger, but
I can't understand what you're saying.
For me.
Speak clearly.
What can you say about this guy and what he's accomplished in 66 days, I believe it is?
The guy's special. I've been in this game my whole life. I've never seen anything like him. He's special. He's different. He wants to fight again. So, you know, I've never been in a position where I'm like, who's next? How do we get him a fight? How do we get him over here? How do we do this? How do we do that? It's fun and I like it. And I think when you're a fight fan, a guy like this is the type of guy that you love to watch and follow and hate, you know, and whatever it might be. This guy is one of the most special fighters I've ever seen, if not the most special guy that I've ever come across. And he kept telling me leading up to this fight, you think I'm a wrestler. You think I'm a wrestler. Wait till you see my hands. Holy he wasn't lying.
Punched in the face. It was pretty clear, cut and dry as far as what went wrong. But, you know, that's one of those things where I genuinely don't like that guy. I can't exactly put my finger on it. Just the way he carries himself, he doesn't, I don't know. There's something that I don't like. I don't think he likes me either. And I think part of the reason I don't like him is because he was acting like I said something disrespectful towards him. I don't know if it's because, like, people were interpreting what I said to him incorrectly or something, but the whole time I was like, I said he was good. I said I expected him to come forward and do all this other stuff. And the only thing I said is that he was overlooking me and that he was going to face resistance, and I didn't hold up my end of the bargain on that. That's 100% on me. I said something and I didn't do it. And not only that, but me not liking the guy, that leaves a real bad taste in my mouth. And, you know, I'm going to do whatever it takes as far as stringing wins together to get back at that guy. And if he wants to keep sitting up there saying, like, no one wants to fight me, no one wants to fight me, well, you know, eventually he's going to run to that spot again, and I'm going to be sitting there waiting for him. And I'm sure he's going to, you know, well, I already beat him. I fought him once. He be quiet. I knock him out. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. The first time, you know, terrible circumstances, definitely not looking my best, whatever. They're all excuses, doesn't matter. I got in there, I lost, it happens, but you really want to fight, you really need to stay busy, you want someone to get in there and come at you. Next time around, I'm going to get in there, and it's not going to be about setting up a game plan or being technical and none of that stuff. It's going to be about inflicting pain, 100%. I'm not concerned about winning. I'm not concerned about losing. The only thing I'd be thinking about is driving my fist through his face.
Broadcast, you made a point to say that if he lost Damian Maia, you'd like to fight him?
Yeah, he pushed me. He pushed me.
Yeah, what happened at the hotel?
He pushed me. He pushed me and said I was the help. I mean, you know what I mean?